Hey guys, I'm Christina Ward and I'm the author of Organic, which is a beautiful new collection of poetry that is out. And today I'm going to read a few excerpts from the book. Don't run away. If you are missing something in your life, maybe you feel a bit disconnected from the people around you or from this ecosystem that we're all a part of. If you feel a bit like maybe there's a depth in your life that's missing, this book is written for you. I wrote this book for people, but I also wrote it for butterflies. I wrote it for the last two rhinos that we have in the last two white rhinos that we have in the world. These parts of our ecosystem that are suffering right now is something that moves me as a poet, and I want to use my work to make a big message, and not just from an environmental perspective, but from the place that we all as humans are connected to each other. It's that red string theory, I want to give people a deeper experience in their life, and that's what Organic is about. It's about getting back to that place of your own truth where you can be undeniably, unapologetically, beautifully exactly who you are, and celebrate that and celebrate where you fit in this world. The book is in 4 sections, and so I thought I'd read one poem from each section, and I hope you enjoy the readings. The book is available on Amazon if you're interested. I can always link in the comments. I'm very new to this whole videoing thing, so bear with me, but stick around for a few minutes. I think it can give you a deep place today to think about life in a way that maybe things have been a bit shallow for you lately. And here, coming into the Christmas season, it's even more important for us to stay grounded. So I want you to just sit back for a second, put in your earbuds if you need to, and listen. And I'm just going to read a few. And I thank you for being here. Okay, this is the book again. And the first section is called Seeds. And it is about the things that grew you to start with, where you came from, your family. What's your history like? What's your family like? What are the things that have been passed down to you to carry on into this world? The one I'm going to read is called This Red Cape, and it's kind of silly, I admit, but it is very revealing, I think, as far as who we were as children. I'm the oldest of 5 kids, and one of my brothers wanted a Superman cape. He begged for a Superman cape, and this is about his experience and as I remember it. This red cape. Mama wipes the tears of this crying boy in this red cape. Are you okay? She asks, her face a moon of concern. This red-faced boy with dirt on his chin, still reeling from a tumble down the hill. Leaping from the treehouse wasn't his best idea, but in this red cape, surely it would work. He'd waited so long for Mama to finish the pattern, the stitching, Mama to apply the Superman patch, the gift he begged for, finally tied around his neck. Ready, the boy climbs the ladder, makes his way to the edge, and full of faith he leaps, expecting flight. Finding hot tears in a red cape that doesn't work. Like I said, that one's silly, but I love the moment of childhood hoping and wishing and dreaming. And I think as adults we need to remember those moments and tap into those even into our adult years so that we can live a more meaningful life and a more special life. The second section of the book is called Soils, and it is about it's about the environment that we are born into, the ecosystem, this larger system of Earth that we as humans are a part of. And this poem that I'm going to read is called A World Without Butterflies, and it is one poem that is really resonating with readers. I'll try to read it without crying. It's a bit on the sad side. I read an article about the world's largest butterfly, which is in such decline that they're concerned about losing this species. And I immediately wrote this poem. I don't think I edited hardly at all, and released it on my Medium account. And overnight, it was a big success. It was a huge, resonated really well with people. And I'd like to find a child to read it for me someday and record that. I think it would be really beautiful. This is A World Without Butterflies. Kingdom Animalia, Order Lepidoptera, Class Insecta, Status declining due to habitat loss, climate change, insecticides. I do not want to live in a world without butterflies, without the intricate eyes on velvet wings, graceful splashes of color dancing on the breeze, airy, delicate keepers of hope, metamorphic symbols of change and growth, maturation. I do not want to live in a world without butterflies, a place where they only exist in oil on canvas or silver trinkets on a chain. In language, legends we pass to the next generation of memory keepers, a place where tiny ghosts have painted wings. I do not want this world without the butterflies. I could not bear the wailing of flowers. Kingdom Animalia, Order Lepidoptera, Class Insecta, butterflies and moths to the flame, and we are the flame. The third section in the book is called Vines, and it's about those parts of your life that are difficult, that challenge you, that injure you, that press you into change in your life, and learning how to deal with those moments. There are a few different ones in this section dealing with different types of things that I faced in my life, but one of those things is poverty. I wrote this poem and was kind of embarrassed to release it, to be honest, but people are responding to it. They are understanding this place from where this poem comes from. And I think that if you've ever dealt with poverty in any form in your life, or dealt with even just financial struggle, this is one of those poems that may resonate with you. And there are others about other types of vines in my life, but this one I'd like to read today. It's called You in My Bathwater. And this is a true story, I'm sorry to say. There is a baby cockroach floating in my bathwater, passing by my toes. Pear-shaped, dark, with that little fleck of gold on its back, there is no mistaking that shape. Plunging into the downward pour, you tumble and rise again to the surface. Your carcass is clinging to a volcanic mound of bubbles. You have ruined everything. You are that thing between me and the life I should have if we weren't so shit poor. You are that thing that no one talks about and everyone denies. You that hides in the walls or creeps in on paper grocery bags. You come in on boxes of donation food. You come in with the dog food bags. You come in somehow. You come in. You. Always you. I kill you and you never seem to go away. You that fell from the ceiling when I was a child. You that crawled and creeped and bore my shame upon your outer shell like a sick crowning glory. You, white to black to brown, you that eats your own, you vile in my bathwater. And that's you in my bathwater. And I lied. I've got two more I'm going to read. Excuse me. Tea and Memories also comes from the Vine section, and it deals with domestic violence and the healing process that we go through when we've been misfortunate in some way and had to deal with this type of thing in our life. It's called Tea and Memories. Hot tea infused with sugar, white, granular, swallowed up. Powdered creamer swirls, slips inside, a good marriage of good morning and wake up to me sleepy on the couch. Pungent warmth to tongue, to throat, to the insides. A dissipation to soothe away the memories. Some days they come. A survivor? Me? The multisyllabic mess of me. You have so much to offer, she said, with a genuine smile. She was a nice lady, put together, well-dressed, dignified, attractive, walking in heels up steps. Grace on stilts with a syrupy lure. To share myself? To share me? My input, my experience, my story, my chrysalis shed to empower other women who shift in bruised realities. Someone stealing their right to just be without a price tag on their needs. Those women are the me I used to be. I don't feel very empowered sitting here sipping tea. The past rises even if you swallow it whole again and again. Insufficient distance between us for my soul to rise up and fly free. I am chained to couch and walls and the safety of my bedroom. The world out there. The world out there. Sorry, that one's a bit emotional for me. Okay, the last one is metaphorical. Don't let it blow your mind, but it is about what it feels like to write and open yourself up for other people. It's a very, and I don't mean this negatively, but it is a very intrusive experience because you let people into places that can't be off limits, and that's very difficult to do. So this is called the poet cleaning. And I like to use metaphor. That's when you use a picture, an image that doesn't mean what you really are describing. What you have to do is think about what that really means. And I'm using the metaphor of the cleaning of a fish. And if you've ever seen this happen, it is a bit gruesome, but I grew up in a family with hunters and fishers, and I'm very familiar with the imagery that goes along with those things. So I used that image to describe what it feels like to open yourself up as a writer, and maybe you can relate if you're an artist in any other fashion. It's called The Poet Cleaning, and I believe this is the oldest poem in this book. Ripped from the belly of the sea, pregnant with vowels, our tails slap hard pendulous swings. Our eyes are benign, panicked moons, fibroadenomas sitting inside our heads. They must be plucked out. We climb outside ourselves and hold the knife steady. Scrape against the grain, shedding our silvers until we are clean. Carve a canoe slice across our necks, another neck to belly. Our insides slide free. And that's a bit gruesome, but basically, it's about opening yourself up for other people. Sometimes that's hard to do. It's uncomfortable. But I made it poetically beautiful with a very ugly metaphor. Anyway, the book is called Organic, and it is available on Amazon. It is deeply rooted in nature themes and beautiful imagery that will paint a picture for you if you need to see something beautiful when you're reading. I invite you to get a copy of the book, and I invite you to read it, and I invite you to read more poetry in your life. It's touching, it's moving, it connects us in a deep human way to each other through art. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think about the book. Bye.